Good fucking wasp. Good morning, everybody. We're at a very wet Springvale Lakes today. We are on the Duke Lake today, peg 11. We might not get as much footage as we usually do because it is very wet, so we don't want cameras getting wet and things like that, but hopefully Charlotte can get us some shots from Van. We're 5 minutes off time, so I'll come back when we've got some hooks in water. Hey up everybody, and welcome back to the Angling Giant YouTube channel. Just wanted to do a little bit of a video before the video, just to explain why there's not been many uploads. Me and Charlotte have recently just come back from our honeymoon. We've just spent 3 weeks in Greece, so there weren't much fishing going on out there, and the fishing we did do weren't really worthy of a video. And before we get into the video, I just want to say a massive thank you. Since I've been uploading these fishing videos to the channel, we've had loads of subscribers, thousands of views, so a massive thank you. And I just want to say, if you are enjoying the videos, why not hit subscribe? I think it's about 95% of people that watch us videos aren't subscribed, so it would be fantastic if you could do that. And before we get into it massively, this video is a little bit shorter than the rest, and you'll see why when we get into it. It weren't the greatest days fishing, but nonetheless, I hope you guys enjoy it. Let's get into it. We are 10 minutes into match. So just I'll give you a quick rundown of my plan for today. So originally, when we first started thinking about what we want to do for this match, we were going to fish this exactly how we fished Golden 2, which is just over to the other side of us, which were maggot and casters, short and shallow. We had 96 pounder, well, we had about 80 pounder silvers, rest carp for 96 pound second place. So that was going to be my plan today. But yesterday we had first frost, our first major frost that year. So it's kind of ruined that plan. I did set our first 5 minutes, just slapping with casters and spraying casters up at top. But there weren't a single indication that there were any fish there. So in the same swim now, what I've done is put some ground bait on, onto the bottom, just 2 balls, and I'm just fishing maggots up at top. As of yet, we still haven't seen it. Like I said, we are only 15 minutes in now. But for me, your first half an hour of a match is trying everything to see where you get a bite. I've had one little knock on here, so if we haven't had out else in sort of 5 minutes, we're going to switch it up, go to as 11 metre swim and try that. But winning matches on this lake have only been about, you know, mid to high 30s, so we're not expecting a heavy day's fishing. And like I said, temperature's dropped. It's only about 5 degrees at the minute. It's just been raining, so it could be a tough day. This target weight is a minimum of 20 pound, simply because we've drawn golden peg, and in our club you draw a golden peg and then they draw your weight. You weight that, you get cash pot. So we need to get 20 pound. So we'll persevere on this maggot line for a little bit, and if not, we'll go out to 11 metres and see what's out there. Well, into his first fish on that maggot line, and when I say I was just about to come off it, I mean literally I'd lifted me rig up to pull it out just as it went under, and we've got a nice hide. And just as we catch his first fish, the Evans have once again opened for us, which is absolutely fantastic. Now these Springvale hide are they're stunning fish, really. This one's just swallowed this up, so let's get that out. I'll give you a quick look at a Springvale hide. Look at that for a fish, lovely. Now, what I'm going to do, as I say, we're about to come off that line, but as I've just caught one, we're going to stay on it. So we're just fishing really light today. We've got 013 line, hook length, we're size 16. On the two maggots. Now, unfortunately, I think we're going to be fishing with dead maggots today, because I got them on Thursday, stuck them in the fridge, and as we've got them out today, instead of just leaving them out to thaw, I put them in my bait bag, and my bait bag is insulated. It's like a cool box, so I think I might have killed them, and if I haven't killed them, I've certainly left it too late for them to thaw out, and it's far too cold for them to do that here. So, as I said, we're on 2+2, just out to our 10 o'clock position, using that pampas grass as a marker. On deck, ground bait and maggot. So that, you can probably hear that rain. I'm trying to shield the microphone on my coat. But as I say, if it does carry on like this, there won't be a lot of footage. We'll probably just try and get you a bit of footage from behind, a few fish being caught, but there might not be much commentary, because I'm not going to risk my brand new microphones in water. Hopefully we'll get a few more fish on this line, and I'll catch you when it's a bit drier. So as I mentioned, the short line weren't doing so great. So what we've done is we've dropped onto the 11 metre, but I've decided I want to try and tackle them carp. Now, just as the camera started rolling then, I've just lost one. I've got a feeling it will foul up though, because it was just as I was lifting up to check my rig. But it does mean there's some carp there. So, like I said, about 11 metres out, size 6 banded pellet, which is quite heavy bait for this pond, over a bed of 6s and ground bait. We're thinking there's not going to be a big weight to catch it. If we can get a couple of carp, we might be in with a chance. If it don't work out, what I can do is change that rig slightly and make it a maggot rig. So over that bed of ground bait, yeah, there'll be a few 8mm here, but then we can start filling it in with maggots and fish off the top of them. I'm not going to lie, I'm a bit gutted about losing that fish, but I've kept it calm so I don't swear on camera. The bastard. But I knew it would have a look, so I was playing it really steady. As I said, I didn't even get a bite or an indication. I just lifted my rig up and I'd hit it, so it was probably swimming just above us. We lifted it up and caught it in a fin or in belly. But either way, it's off. It's gone. Show off. That's a gentleman over there just saying he's had 4 skimmers, 2 eyed on club that's fishing opposite side of lake. We've had 1 eyed. Pounder for lucky. Just need another 20 of them. Might get his golden peg. Can't see us getting any other brown envelopes today, unfortunately. But you never know. Afternoon could be a completely different session. I'm going to carry on this pellet line. And hopefully next fish we've got on hook stays on hook. We've had, what time are we on? So it's 11:45, so we're an hour and 45 minutes in, and up to press we've had 2 fish for about £1. Not had a successful morning at all. what we did is leave as top 2+2 line, move out to that sort of 11 metres range, and had no luck on that either. Whew. That were lucky. Yes, we had no luck on that distance line at all. So I've just moved back onto my 2+2 maggot and ground bait, and we've just foul hooked this little skimmer. Look, as you've just seen, I was bloody lucky just to get landing net under that as it pinged off. That could have been a swearing moment then, I'm not going to lie to you. We've got to keep an eye on these foul hooks, because if we are foul hooking, we might have to lay on bottom of it. So we're fishing dead depth. If we do keep hitting foul hooks, we'll go a bit deeper just so we've got somewhere as up length laid on floor, just to avoid them. But there's fish in this swim, so hopefully we can hit a few more. As I said, 2 hours in, £2 on clicker. It's not looking good, but we've got to keep trying, so hopefully there's a few more to come. We've got a bream. Well, we are. Oh no! Don't beat it up like that. Don't just throw a net at it. We've got a skimmer. Everyone seems to be struggling. There's a few people just walking up and down to see if it's just them. It turns out it's not. It's not fishing well today at all. We've got 4 fish now, 3 skimmers, one-eyed, and we're about £19 off for a £20 target for golden peg. While we've not been filming, I've tried a few different things just to see if we can get some indications as to where these fish are. We put ground bait feeder out. We did have one knock, but it weren't a bite. We've tried margin. So we've been feeding down his left hand margin. Sorry, I'm lying to you. His right hand margin. But again, there's no signs of life in there. Tried 2+2 again. Not a thing. So we're settling on this far line, alternating feeding ground bait and maggots. I'm just hoping we can get a few more of them skimmers, but we are going to need at least 50, 60 of them to get anywhere near £20 because they're only a couple of rounds. Carp don't seem to be biting. I've heard one carp be caught on lake by the other club that's fishing up the bank, but from what I heard, it were a foul hook straight through its fin. So carp are definitely not feeding. A carp? No, Rob had a knock on his bomb to Ireland. It's an hard day. Weather's turned on us. Like I said, we had his first frost yesterday. It's only about 5-6 degrees today in this range. It's not stopped for longer than 10 minutes. But all we can do is sit and wait and hope that something moves in on one of these lines while we're rolling around, rotating around, trying to find some. It's not looking good. I mean, as I mentioned before, winning weights on lake have only been £30 through last few weeks, so we weren't holding out for much, but we thought it might be a bit better than this. Just another little skimmer. The issue we've got is, yeah, as I thought, they're not taking bait. As we're lifting his rig to check, we're foul hooking them. But when I come up in water, there's still no bites. It's a weird one. Little knock then. The issue is, well, it's my issue, probably not everybody else's, but when you're not catching, you're not getting bites, I'm striking at every single indication. So things that on a steady day's fishing, you'd know were a line bite. And I'm just striking because it's the only time I've seen my float move. But Rob to his right is hitting them steady now. He's getting one a chuck now. They're not big at all. Again, couple of rounds, all skimmers. Keep trying to see what he's doing, but from what I can tell, it's exactly the same as us. Same distance on deck with Maggie. John from his left, he's just had a walk down. He's not had a single bite all day. They've got to be in here somewhere, because I'm told there is a lot of fish in here. They're just not presenting the scent. Yeah, well, we'll persevere. It's 5-1, so we've got 3 hours left, and hopefully we can get a good run late on it afternoon if this rain stops. Fingers crossed. So it's 2:45 now. So again, apologies, it's only going to be a short video. There's not been much to film. We've actually been and borrowed some worms. Well, I said borrowed. I'm sure he won't want them back. I've been and got some worms off my dad, because he's fishing as a spare rider today. Fishing them on his distant line. We've just had a run of 3 fish, which doesn't sound a lot like, but we are today's been going. We'll bloody take it. So we've just had 2-eyed and a skimmer, but we've had them in 5 minutes. So I'm hoping what I can do now actually is just leave camera running a minute, and hopefully we can get a few fish. So we're on chop worm and caster, which is not a tactic I'm used to. I've never fished it, if I'm honest with you. Well, I tell a lie, I fished it once, and that were at Fernscareza. And we actually came second in that one. But hopefully now there's a few silvers here, it'll actually give you something to watch. Chop worm on a band actually, I'm not got it on hook. On a band, and casters dropping off at top. And we're actually got a bit of sunshine now. It's the first bit of sunshine we've had since 8 o'clock this morning. Oh, look at that. So here at Springvale, they do look after you. I'm not telling everybody. So Charlotte was stood freezing, bless her, and the gents who come round on golf buggies, making sure everybody's sticking to rules and just looking after the fishery. Asked her if she wanted a coffee. So she's not going to say no because it's bloody freezing. But we've got one now. Win-win. Don't expect this here at Springvale, by the way. It's not a norm. Don't be coming here and saying, I saw some bloke on YouTube get a coffee, I want one. They'll ban me. But on a day like today, that's bloody welcome, that is. It could be catch-it coffee and I'd drink it at a minute. Yeah, that's going to be a thing when I eat a fish now. Charlotte's going to have to get up and come and get a cup off me. I'll tell you what, I'll give him something for his driving skills as well, because he's driving around on a little golf buggy. He's managed to bring 2 red hot cuppers without spilling out. Oh, genius.
He put the coffee in, the milk, and brought the kettle.
So, we've got Curse at camera at a minute, because I've just said we'll let it roll for a minute because we're getting steady bites. And we ain't got none. I'm hoping I've not overfed, because obviously we got 3 bites on bounce, so I've put quite a big cup of casters in. I'm really hoping I haven't overfed. Obviously, if it were middle of winter, they'd have a small pot, 1 or 2 maybe. But in my mind, it's fishing like winter, but it's not winter yet. We are still in October. Our league would usually be finished by now. This is actually his last league match. We've overrun this year. So I'm fishing like as though it's sort of a cold autumn day, which really it is, but these fish are acting as though it's winter. We've not seen many carp. I think I've seen 2 carp be caught. Thinking I might need to change that worm. It was looking a bit beat up. I thought I might have got another bite out of it, but it don't look like we're gonna. I think my score prediction today, I reckon as winning weights, probably going to be less than £20. Unless someone to us left's done really well. The people that I can see have certainly not been bagging at all. Ray to us right's had a nice carp, I'd say probably close to 10. Excuse me, and then a few skimmers through that. And then Rob, who's 1 peg down from him, he's had a nice carp as well, probably £6 or £7. And he's got a lot more silvers. But I will be shocked if somebody breaks £20. Right, I need not break this guy's cup now. Change this worm. Yeah, we're definitely ready for changing. I didn't really realise how much that I'd had enjoyed that. So to say, I'm fishing it on band. Now, it's not because I'm it's some tactic I've heard or I know purely because, as I say, we've borrowed these worms, pinched these worms, whatever we've done, off my dad. We ain't got many. So I just thought if we put them on band, it's going to last longer. And it has, it's worked. So we're looking for a decent bit of chopped worm here, look. And what I'm doing, I'm banding it just on its head. So we all know what a worm looks like. They've got that big ribbed collar. Banding it just behind that, so band's got something to hold on to. Just could do a bit more chopping actually. I'm just gonna have a quick chop, make sure we don't get any in his coffee. Scissors stuck in his fingers now. Small palm full of caster, pinch of worm, and I want to put a few more caster in just because we're going to end at match. Go big, I'll go home. Honestly, well, I've been saying we're fishing at about 11 metres. I don't even think we've hit 11. Might be closer to 9. I'm just going to lift that worm into place. Let that float settle. If there were hide here still, we'd have just hit a bite already. Every hide I've had, they've took it on drop. They're not playing. Not playing at the minute. Hopefully it weren't just a little shawl that's now decided to bugger off. I've got a sneaky feeling it might have been. Another nice little skimmer. And since we've introduced these chop worms, we are getting a lot more fish, which is a bit infuriating. Obviously, once you find out someone's working with 2 hours to go, you wish you'd done it all along. But the important thing is, we've got some fish. I keep doing that. Knock it top, it off. Another skimmer. And for a small silverfish, they're not bad, these skimmers in here. I'll give them that. They are decent fish. That worm served its purpose now. We've done a little bit of calculating, and we're in with the chance of another brown envelope, so it'll be 4 in a row for us. But it's going to be a brown envelope on a technicality, I think. So if we work sections out right, and if who we think's winning is winning, first and second look like they're going to be in our section. And we think we're in a 4-man section, so we should get at least second section. And which day I've had, I'll not turn down a 10. I'll pay for some bit. I'm just going to let that settle. It has been attacked on drop there. It just won't settle. So hopefully I get a nice quick bite. But I'm not going to hold my breath because I think I'd turn blue. Here we go. Oh, no. Could have been a foul look, that. It's the downside to using a worm-up band is if you strike too early and that fish is still sort of sucking it into its mouth, that resistance you'll feel will just be having closed its mouth right worm, not actually right hook. There's a fine line between striking too early and pulling worm out in its mouth and waiting too long and fish spitting it back out. There we go, that's a little one. In a match like this, every ounce counts. Top tip, if you are swinging a fish in, let it dangle just with its head out of water. Calm it down a bit if it's thrashing about. That wind's picking up a bit now as well, which is battering me from right to left. But I'm not going to complain because it is bringing a ripple on water, which is what we needed. And that little break we had from rain first off, it was flat. And a skimmer, a little bit bigger than last. So I said that elastic's pulling out on that one. I'll not bother swinging him in. Because if you swing them in too much, they end up with lips like Jackie Stallone, and it's not fair on them. Yes. Right, 30 minutes left. Hopefully we can get some more fish. If we don't get any more, I'll most likely catch up with you when we get home because we're ride sharing, so we'll not do as usual after the match recapping van. So hopefully you see a few more fish being caught. If not, I will see you when we get home.
Don't think that worst match ever. £4.12. £4.
£2.7.
Oh, you've got 2.7. Well, you can...
$14.2.
Well done, John Kerry. Yeah. Next in, Trev.
Third of it box.
I thought you'd know that. Get up then. £7.50. Yeah. 2 man. John's here. He's done me with that. Has he read? £22.9. My hearing aid kept coming. It's come out now again. My ears are not.
This is the guy.
Is that from over there, Rob? Yeah.
Yeah,
It's in my bed.
in my opinion, not that big carp.
Well done, Rob. Well done.
All them were about 15 metres out. On muscle.
Rob. Call it, Rob.
25.10.
Rob.
I'm expecting between 5 and 6 pounds.
Just more than that, mate. Like 9.
$9.14.
No good, right. Yeah, that not fucking doing me.
9.5.
Yeah, double casket. Took a couple on worm. Lost 2 carp.
12 ounce.
$32 free. Oh, it's done me. It's not right. Get up. 29 free.
There we go, guys. So, as I said, I was going to do a recap when we got home of this match. I'm actually doing it the day after in my office, which is where we did the first bit of the video as well. That weren't a great match. The pond itself, it was Duke at Springvale. It's not been fishing like rest at lakes on there. I was looking at results before we went, and it has been mid-30s that have been winning matches on that lake. So we knew we were up against it, but we didn't quite know just how bad it was going to be. So you see, we ended up with £7 something. I apologise, I haven't got results in front of me. I will pop them up on screen. And the match winner were £34, I think. So match winner were actually my dad. He came with us as a spare rider. He used to be a member of our angling club, but he's dropped out. This is his first year not fishing, actually. He's bought us in a motorhome, so he's been darting about on weekends instead. But he's joined us as a spare rider and shown us how it's done. It were a day surrounded by silvers. It were a very predominant silverfish match. So we've set out fishing for them silvers, and it's not gone as planned. They weren't where we thought they were going to be. They weren't feeding how we thought they were going to feed. And if you look at those results, you'll notice that the weights kind of go up as they go round to higher pegs right corner. We had 4 members didn't even catch a fish, so 3 didn't weigh in. Went home halfway through the match, and one guy he stuck it out, but he never even had a bite throughout. The weight to my right, you'll see, quite a bit higher than us. He hit into 1 carp, so that's 1 fish. That's rescued his match. and then again going round they just get higher and higher until we get to his winner. So yeah, not fantastic. I will not take away from Springvale at all because it is a fantastic fishery, but that pond, it's been a weird one. The angling club that I mentioned a few times, fruit video, that were fishing on the far bank, their match won with £145, all carp, but we never saw a carp all day really. So it's a strange old lake, and it's going to take some getting used to if we do go back there. Hopefully you've enjoyed the video. The sound quality should be a lot better because we've bought new microphones, excluding this little part and the video intro. I'm just recording this on my phone in office. If you have liked it, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, please consider dropping, subscribing to the channel. 95% of you guys that watch my videos don't subscribe. So if you've enjoyed it and you want to watch any more videos, just hit subscribe. It means a lot and it really does push the channel along a bit more. Either way, thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it, and hopefully you'll see us again soon.